All right, I think we are rolling. Hello, welcome back to Shamelessly V. My name is Vajne, and I'm so excited about what we're talking about today in this episode. So recently, I have came up with 12 life rules for myself. I also came up with some goals that I think these rules, not I think, but I know that these rules are going to help me get there. I'll talk about the goals maybe in another video. They're kind of personal, so maybe I won't. But these rules, I think, are really good for anybody who is trying to accomplish some things and just needs a foundation and a place to start, because by no means am I perfect, and I feel like I am the only thing that's holding me back right now, and not having structure or discipline and guidance is what's really holding me back. So I set these rules up for myself, hoping that they will do what they're supposed to do. Hoping I will do what I'm supposed to do. Let me take accountability for it, because these rules are not going to change anybody unless it's very intentional. And yeah, so let's just get into it. So my first one, number one, is to create before consuming. And I put this one on there because I think that we live in this world where we are literally just consumers. All we do is consume, whether it's media, whether it's buying stuff, whether it's listening to things, to other people. I mean, even watching this video, you're being a consumer because you're watching this video, you know? And so creating before you're consuming is giving you the space to listen to your own thoughts and your own beliefs and connect with yourself before letting in all the extra noise. And ways that you can do this, because when I initially thought of this one, I think I heard it in a book or something that I read or an audiobook, and they were talking about creating before consumption, and I didn't understand that. I thought, creating before consuming meant painting and like coming up with a masterpiece of X, Y, and Z, and it doesn't really have to be that complicated. It can be something as simple as writing down your dreams, having a moment to talk to yourself about your intentions for the day. It could be journaling. It could be getting out of bed and dancing. It could be cooking. It could be very simple things. It doesn't have to be this whole granular thing of creation, but just creating before consuming, so you can keep your creativity muscle moving, which is going to help you accomplish any goals that you have, really. I mean, creativity, hello, it's very important, and it's really easy to shut that off. And if you're not constantly creating, you're going to dull out that creative muscle. And I think that's what happened to me for so long. And here I am back into my creative groove, and I'm like, wow, my whole life I've never considered myself a creative until recently, which is so weird because I'm a dancer. All I do is create. But I never was like, oh, I'm creative. I was like, I'm very analytical and mathematic. But I am a very creative person. I just didn't use my creative muscle for a long time, especially when I went to college. Number 2 is no TV or social media while the sun is up. This one is very hard for me because I am a consumer. I love this one originally. This one originally tied in with the create before consuming. This is kind of like grown. In the beginning, it was just no TV in first thing in the morning, and then it was like no social media in bed, and now it's just turned into this like no social media, no TV while the sun is up. And I said specifically while the sun is up because it kind of gives me some flexibility, especially with the seasons. When it is summertime, that gives me more time and kind of like a rule for myself to use that sun time to go do something with my day, whether it's to go for a walk, go spend time with friends, go exercise, go creative work time, do something. Like yesterday, for example, me and my partner, we went out on the balcony because it was a beautiful day outside, and we just painted. And I think he would say, like a month ago, that probably would have never happened. And it's still early, we're hoping that this works out. But I think this is it's a really good tangible rule for myself, because in the wintertime, the sun goes down a little bit later. In the wintertime, I kind of turn to potato. I don't really want to do much. I think most of us feel is that seasonal depression, and it gives me this space and it moves a little bit. So it's like some times of the year I get to watch a little bit more, sometimes I get to watch a little bit less, and I don't get mad at myself for it because I'm just going with seasons. It's just my role. I did give myself a 1-day exception of per 7-day period. So if I on a Sunday decide that I wanted to watch TV during the day and that was going to be like my cheat day, then I wouldn't be able to do that during the day again until next Sunday or after. So not like, oh, Monday through Sunday is 1 week. It's per 7-day period. So that's mine. And I would say I probably wouldn't be doing this video unless that rule was in place, because not to lie, I did turn on my TV. I didn't watch anything. I just turned it on at like 5:30, and I was like, and then I checked my weather app and it said that the sun set at 6:45. And so I sat there and I was like, well, what am I going to do for the next hour and 15 minutes? And right now it's 6:23 p.m. So I still have 15 minutes, and I think by the time I finish this video, I'll be able to go and watch a little bit of Netflix before I go to work, because I work at night times. To be honest, I haven't watched much TV since I put this rule into effect, and I've gotten so much done. So I'm already seeing like the benefits of having this rule in place. So again, number 2 is no TV and no social media while the sun is up. Number 3 is alcohol limited to 2 days per week, per 7-day period. Sorry, not per week, per 7-day period. And this is because in a perfect world, in my perfect world, which I know I'm capable of making it happen, I would drink no alcohol. But I would be lying if I said I didn't enjoy an espresso martini or a tequila soda with 3 limes. I'd be lying. And I especially love it when I'm, hanging out with friends and we're going to do fun things like going to Dave & Buster's. Like, I would love to have a cocktail before Dave & Buster's. Do I need it? No, but I enjoy it. So I don't want to take away these things from myself, but I can put a rule and boundaries around it, which is 2 days per week. And I probably won't even do that, but that gives me a little bit of flexibility, especially because soon I'm going to be leaving for a cruise ship. I work on cruise ships, and it's just so... That's how everybody on the ship kind of hangs out and meets each other. And you go to Mexico, and then the next day you're in Jamaica. And so it's just fun to kind of give myself the space to enjoy those times without saying you can't do it at all. So right now in that phase, 2 days a week works for me. Number 4. This is number 4. This one is kind of hard. It's a rule, but it's really hard to implement. So maybe I need to work on this one a little bit. But this one is, if it makes me nervous, lean into it and say yes to all opportunities that are aligned with my goals, with my values, with the person that I want to be. And this one is really important to me because there's been so many opportunities that I have just flopped because I was too scared and too nervous. And on the opposite side of like that nervous and that fear is like where all of your dreams are sitting and holding. They're like right there. But being afraid to do the necessary steps or put yourself out there, share your art, even this video right here, like this is me leaning into it because I feel I have so much to offer, but I don't do it because I'm scared of what people are going to say and how people are going to think of me, and failing. Failing is like one of my biggest fears, if I'm going to be very vulnerable. I grew up and I was really good at a lot of things. And then when I got older, it's not that easy to be that good at something. It's like, it is, but you have like all these fears of like, what people are telling you is like your innocence of a child when you're just like, I can do whatever and nobody can stop me. That's all out the window, and you're trained to make yourself very small and to fit in and be bite-sized. And I'm not that, but I've become scared of becoming that. So I just don't share anything because I'm like, well, if I don't share anything, I can't fail. But what does that do for me? Nothing. And it makes me really, really sad when I'm like, wow, I could be doing so much more. So leaning into that failure. And every single time you do that, it becomes easier. Even me doing this video right now, this is so much easier and better, and I'm talking more fluid than the first time that I made a video, which was like a couple months ago. And I look at my videos that I post on YouTube, I'm like, there's nobody who's viewing it, and I'm like, I'm still so proud of myself because I did it. I just put myself out there, and if nobody sees it, that's okay. But these like little things that I'm like nervous about, now I'm like, it doesn't matter. I just post it. Okay, and number 5, trust yourself, trust your mind, trust your body, trust your intuition before anyone else. This sounds like duh. But what I'm really trying to say is, like, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. And this is super important. This kind of goes back to the create first, consume later thing when I was talking about like letting go of the outside noise. There's been times where I've been in positions where I have just felt truly in my gut and in my body like this is not right, but I had someone telling me, oh, it's fine. You're being dramatic. Stop it. And then the situation doesn't go good. And I'm like, damn, I should have trusted myself. Like, I know what's best for me. Or just like, even like when I was talking about being a kid and how you lose your innocence when you get older because people are telling you what's cool and what's hip and how you should be and how to be successful and what the good careers are. When you trust yourself and your own voice and your own intuition and you let that guide you instead of other people, that's when you see like all the miracles happening and all the doors opening for you, and you're like, oh my gosh. But if you're being resistant to that voice in your head and you're creating friction, those doors they'll be open, but like you'll never see them. So I just think it's really important to always trust yourself first. I honestly want this to be number 1, but these rules are not really in order. They were just kind of like on my head, and I was just like blah, 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 just typing them out. So they're not in any particular order of what's most important, what's not. But that one, if I could put like a number 1, that one would be my number 1, and that would really be my only rule, because I think that sets everything up. It's like once you do that, then everything else is just so easy. Great. Number 6 is how you present yourself is how you represent yourself. So the rule is show up how you want to be treated. And I put this because I've gotten really good at, how do I say this? I've gotten really good at being really lazy. We're just going to be honest. I don't really know where to look. Is this the camera or is this the camera? I don't know. So I got dressed up a little bit before. I got dressed up right now, but I'm going to work. Initially, I was going to do the video without getting ready, but then I was like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if I'm showing up and half-assing how I look, then I'm probably going to show up and half-ass this video. And while I didn't go glam full, I feel comfortable with how I look. I like how I look, and I feel comfortable doing this video because I'm like, oh, I think I look pretty. I feel natural. I didn't, my makeup, maybe it's not super natural. I just have on eyeliner and mascara, a little bit of chapstick. But this is like a good, look, this is actually more makeup than I normally wear. I just did this again because I work. But how you present yourself, how you represent yourself. If you show up into a room and you're trying to get like the big top dog job and you're in there and you're kind of just like, they're not going to look at you and be like, oh, she really wants it. And I have to remember that. I'm an artist. I'm a dancer. So when I walk into rooms, if I want people to count on me and bet on me and take that chance on me, I have to show up like I want that. I have to show up ready. I have to show up and be like, this is me. Okay, period. Number 7 is to practice mindfulness daily, because health is wealth. And as a dancer, my health is especially important. I mean, everybody's health is important, but like I literally use my body to make a living, to express myself, to feel good. So taking care of my body and my mind is so important. So when I say mindfulness, my practice that I've chosen is yoga. I do yoga 4 or 5 times a week. When I'm not doing yoga those 4 or 5 times a week, I'm either dancing or I'm meditating. So every single day I'm practicing some sort of mental or physical mindfulness, and exercising. I do Pilates too. I do Pilates 1 to 2 times a week. That's my strength training. So yes, mindfulness, super important to just quiet out the noise and just use your breath and your body and make movements. That's what I was gonna say. Make movements, but that's my journey with that. Find yours. I love yoga. I didn't know how much I loved yoga until I really understood what yoga meant. And yoga is the union of with yourself or something like that. It's uniting yourself. There's like, what is it, 7, 8 limbs in yoga, and that creates, the whole thing. I don't know too much. I just started a couple months ago, like 5 months ago. And in the beginning, I just thought it was stretching. But now I'm like, wow, there's so much more to yoga than I could have ever imagined. And it's incredible. So I highly recommend you go on your own little yogic journey and explore that. Maybe one of these days I can actually figure out. There's just so many words in yoga that I'm not familiar with. And that's what makes it really hard to fully grasp it. I think I should do a little bit more research on it because I really love it. And it's really interesting. Okay, I'm going to move on. Number 8 is not trying to fix people. The actual rule is don't fix people. Don't fix people. I am a healer. I am a caregiver. I am a lover. I am very empathetic. I care so much about other people, sometimes way more than they care about themselves. I give people so much of my energy. And I have learned now, 27 years later, that people who don't want help, they're not going to change. You can do whatever it is in the world. You could literally offer them everything, but if they don't want to change, they're not going to change. And most of the time, like 99% of the times, the people don't change. So I just have placed this rule as don't try to fix people. And also, who am I to think that I am God and that they need to change or that there's something wrong with them, or like, you know what I'm saying? So I have placed that because I just can't keep doing this to myself, because it's me. It's not the other person. It's not the fact that they don't change. It's the fact that I'm trying to change them and I haven't accepted them as this is who they are. And it's also not my job. It's not my job. It's their job. I hate when people try to tell me who I am and how to be and what's going to be best for me. So why would I do that to any other person? So lead by example. Lead quietly by example. If I want someone to be calmer, okay, that's probably not a good example, but like if I want someone to live a healthier lifestyle, if I'm dating someone, we'll put this into example. If I'm dating somebody and I want them to live a healthier lifestyle, let's say they're super obese, and I want them to live a healthier lifestyle because I care about them so much, and I want them to live a happy life, and I want them to explore, and I want them to feel good. It's all good intention, but how I can help them really is to love them for who they are, and then decide for myself, is this really affecting me so much that I can no longer go on, or I'm super emotional and I can't take it. I can A, remove myself from the situation, or B, accept them as they are. Or, here's my C. This one's my favorite one. Just lead by example. I'm just doing my exercise stuff, and hopefully they would love to be, join me on a little walk. And a lot of times I've noticed that sometimes they do. And sometimes they don't. But sometimes they do. They see, oh, wow, that looks really great. That looks fun. Let me try it. And then they try it. And then it's like, wow, I love this. And then boom, lifestyle change. Sometimes it doesn't happen. That's okay. But what I'm saying for myself is, it's not my job to fix them, because there's nothing that needs to be fixed. Number 9, accept aligned support with gratitude. I have taken on this, I'm an independent black woman who doesn't need anything from anyone. And it has been a blessing and it has been a curse. And if any of you watched my last video on my root chakra is fucked because of this, because I am so hyper independent, and I would rather carry the load of the world than let somebody help me take that load off. Even if it's not an inconvenience. I just feel like it's always an inconvenience to people. And so this rule for me is to allow people to help because it actually makes the other person feel good too. Like even like something as stupid as like, do you want me to get the door for you? I'm like, no, I got it. For no reason. I'm just thinking like, oh, I don't want you to feel like you need it, or I don't want to be a charity case. I don't want like everybody to be helping me out because, I grew up, I had a very unstable, childhood, and I was the one who had to do it for myself. And so I just got used to this identity that like I can do it all myself. I don't need anybody's help. And I've realized now that people love to help, and I love to help people, and it's okay. It's okay to accept help as long as it's not like a sword. Because there are some people who offer you help with ill intention. So trusting your instincts to know what is good. I'm not going to say good and bad. What's good for you, what's right for you, and what's not right for you. But accepting aligned support and being happy and grateful. Like, sure, if you want to buy my food, if you want to take me on a date and pay for my food, I would love that. Thank you so much. And not being like, I can pay for my own. Bitch. Because I can, but that's not the point. It makes people feel good to help. Number 10, celebrate myself. Celebrate myself. And what I mean by this is treating myself. I guess not celebrating myself, but like treating myself. Celebrating myself, yes. I'm very hard on myself. But I don't really leave a lot of room for celebration. And I'm always looking for the next thing that I need to do to be better, or trying to prepare myself for the future, And while it's a great thing, I don't leave any room in that for looking at my victories or allowing myself to have something nice. Like, I would get a bonus. If let's say all my bills are paid, they are all paid, right? And I have extra money left over, and immediately my head's like, okay, can't touch this, gotta put this away, because who knows, you might be unemployed for 7 fucking years, and that money's gonna come in handy. And while that's nice, I can also treat myself to getting my nails done. I should be able to get my nails done without feeling guilty when all my bills are paid well in advance. But I can't do it. It's really hard for me. So, you know what I did to really lock in this rule? I am taking myself to go get my toes done on Monday, and I'm getting the most expensive pedicure because I can. My bills are paid. I'm up to date on everything, and I have extra money. And I've never done this before. I've always gotten the cheapest. And because I've always gotten the cheapest, it's made it even harder for me to get nice stuff for myself, because I look at like self-care as like it's not really a priority in my list. And when I do treat myself to things, I always get the cheapest thing. And so it makes it not really special. It doesn't make me think that it's important. And I'm really excited about getting this. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I'm telling you, I'm getting my fucking toes done. I'm getting the nicest one. I'm gonna get a 20-minute foot massage. I've never gotten a foot massage. Never. Well, I mean, I have, but like not in a pedicure. So I'm really stoked about this. And it's something so simple, but it's like major for me, because I'm retraining myself that like I deserve these kind of things. Like, what do you work for if you're not enjoying the money that you're working so hard for? Tell me, Vajane. I deserve to enjoy the money that I work super hard for. Hello, let's celebrate, bitch. Choo-choo. My next one is practice gratitude daily. That's number 11. Number 11 is practice gratitude daily. And this one kind of fed off of the celebrating yourself. With my root chakra imbalance, I have a little bit of a lack mindset, because I'm always thinking that I'm in danger. Or I was. I'm going to say I used to always think that I was in danger. Okay? Because that was a previous Vajane. That was yesterday's Vajane. Just joking. But practicing daily gratitude, like, makes you really grateful for what you have now, and it doesn't make you feel like you're lacking or you need to prepare all the time. Like, you have enough and you know the universe has got you. And so practicing daily gratitude and just seeing all the things that are around me and being like, wow, like, what am I stressing about? What am I stressing about? I have everything that I need, and I have more than enough of everything that I need. So just being okay with that. And then it makes you feel like, you don't really need, I really don't need much. And then I start thinking, like, wow, I have too much shit. I have too many things to be grateful for. So why am I so sad about blah, 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 blah. So practice daily gratitude. Sometimes I do this in a prayer when I'm praying. That is a prayer. Or I go for gratitude walks, which I talked about in my previous videos. I love gratitude walks. Just going for a little walk and being like, oh, I am so grateful for the moon. I am so grateful for these flowers that are growing in the concrete. I am so grateful for the little bumblebee that landed on my hand. I am so grateful for that puppy who smiled at me when I walked past. It's like little things, and just like finding little things in daily. And when I do my gratitude walks, I try not to be like, oh, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my boyfriend. I'm grateful for... I try to do like little things that I can see every single day. Like if I see the moon out during the daytime, that's like one of my favorite things. And that became my favorite thing. So I was just going on a little gratitude walk. I do no music. Sometimes I go with another person and we bounce off of each other. It's so much fun. It is so cute. It's so wholesome. And it's so funny when I do this with people who've never done this with me. And like they think it's so weird. And I'm like, no, just... It like you start seeing the snowball. Like in the beginning, they're like, I'm grateful for my coffee. And I'm like, yes, you are. What else are you grateful for? And then they're like, I'm grateful for the warm weather. I'm like, yes! What else are you grateful for? And then we just keep going. And it's just so much fun. And then you learn more about your friend. And then they learn about you. And then you just have all these endorphins running through your body. And you're like, I love life! So practicing gratitude daily. I love gratitude walks, but I don't always do them. So my other things I do is just like waking up, like I said, praying and just showing gratitude to my creator for everything that he's done for me. Or just like when I'm drinking my water, being like, oh, I'm so grateful for this water. I'm so grateful for this jug because of how much water. Don't look at my stupid little thing, but look at this. This is so fun. Please do not talk to me. I have zero self-control and I will talk to you for hours and get no work done. Hi. But yeah, practicing daily gratitude. And then my number 12 is, if it takes less than 5 minutes, do it now, bitch. That's me saying that to myself, not to you, girl. But I say this because if it takes 5 minutes, we think that because it takes less than 5 minutes that we should do it. Like, it's like not that big of a deal. But that builds so much momentum for like the bigger things that are on my life goals page, right? And if I am just every single day not doing the little things that I could be doing that are going to set me up for success in the future, I'm just going to stay stagnant. I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to move forward. And it's like, it gives you so much guilt when you're just like, oh, I could have done it, but I chose not to. It was so simple, but I chose not to. And then you have this mountain of things that you now have to do because you just didn't do those simple things that could have just been done right away. So, if it takes less than 5 minutes, do it now. Don't say, I'll do it later. I love that one. That one's really important to me, especially today when I was like, oh, I don't need to do the dishes. I'll do them later. And then I'm like, but why would I do them later when I can do them now? Because what else am I going to do? The sun is still up. The sun is still up. You have so much, you have nothing else to do. You have so much time. And look at me. I got a video done. I cleaned up my whole house. I read. I went through my budget. I went to yoga. What else did I do? I did so much today. I'm like, this was a great day. And I'm proud of myself. And I'm fucking proud of you too for being here with me if you listen to it. If you listen to it, obviously you did, or else you wouldn't be here. But I'm really curious, if any of these aligned with you, please share with me. Also, if you have any of your own life goals, please share them with me. because my list is not stagnant. This list is not the only list. I plan to revisit this list quarterly and update, see what still matters to me in my life, what doesn't, update as need, maybe refine some things, or add, take, subtract, XYZ. You know how that goes. And I think the best way to do that is to be sharing and collaborating people so I can know what the hell is working and what's not working. But that's all I got for today. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to Shamelessly V. I'm V. I'm living a shameless life, trying to. And fuck yeah. Love you guys. Bye.